Hello and welcome to Eastwood High School for this non-district matchup between the visiting Alamogordo Tigers and your home Eastwood Troopers. The Troopers coming off of a win on Tuesday to the Pebble Hills Spartans, and the Alamogordo Tigers coming off a loss to Los Lunas over in New Mexico. Both teams have some good rosters here. Marcus Bennett's going to tip off for the Troopers, and he's going to win. That was Jason Warren on the tip-off for the Tigers. Devin Falk Ramirez, offense kind of runs through him for the Troopers. He will dump it down to Mark Hernandez down low, and Hernandez getting on the board fast. So fast, I'm not even allowed to introduce my co-announcer tonight, Justice Urbina.
Yeah, you see there Mark Hernandez scoring the first points of the game. He just came back from injury, so that's a big pickup for the Troopers to gain here just as the season's starting. This is the last non-district game of the season, as district play will open up, so the Troopers very happy to have Mark back.
Yeah, Mark definitely a big contributor to the offensive and defensive side for the Troopers. He has been missed, as that's going to be an air ball there by Bickham for the Tigers. So the Troopers get another shot here, and of course Mark Hernandez just getting back with the Troopers, has missed majority of the season with an injury, but is now back, and he will be back for the majority of the district season.
Yeah, the Troopers honestly kind of been unlucky with injuries this season, as Marcus Bennett, another name that they were starting off the season without, but has come back here just in the nick of time to start district play.
And Deontay Biram right there with the free throw extended jumper to get the Tigers on the board tonight. So we are knotted at 2. Troopers moving the ball well. Falk Ramirez will drive in, pass it out to Hernandez, and it's going to get tipped out by Bickham, and the Troopers are going to maintain possession. Israel Flores will inbound it for the Troopers. And Justice, when you kind of read these names for the Troopers on the court, kind of key players in their own rights.
Yeah, all these contributors, all these players so far have really honestly had a game where they have been the highlighted player. I remember a couple weeks back, the big man Nathan Salceda had himself a game with, if I'm not mistaken, I remember 18 points in that one.
And that's Devin Falk Ramirez driving on Stubblefield for the Troopers to retake the lead by 2. And like we talked about, the Troopers kind of, each one of those 5 players can contribute. A couple weeks ago, me and Jacob Aron did a game here, and it was just not on for Devin Falk Ramirez, but Marcus Bennett drops 20. So you could just kind of count on any one of the guys at any time.
Yeah, when one guy's not doing as hot as he normally is, another guy's willing and is able to pick up the slack in that sense.
And that's going to be a turnover for the Tigers. Smith is going to be charged with the turnover, and the Troopers are going to have the ball to try to extend their lead here. Offense has kind of been a struggle here early for the Troopers. Haven't really shown that offensive proficiency, but defensively have looked sharp, which is kind of what you get out of a Peter Morales team.
And another thing that I'd like to mention, this is the thing that I love about these type of matchups. This is a team that you're not going to see throughout the season, a team that you probably haven't seen in your 4 years being at Eastwood. So it's really cool, to see these teams from, not even here from Texas, to come and play over here.
And, of course, Alamogordo taking the 2.5 to 3 hour drive, depending on who's driving down to El Paso. And I like how you said that. You don't see these guys every day. Of course, when you're playing a team like Americas and Pebble Hills, you see them all 4 years of your high school career, whether it be coming up in the JV and freshman levels, as Mark Hernandez is going to miss one. Nathan Salceda is going to get the board. No good. Marcus Bennett's putting it up, and he's fouled. So Marcus Bennett's going to be at the line for 2. And that's going to be on Stubblefield. And Bennett throws it up off the front iron and rolls in. So the Troopers out up early by 3. And the second shot's going to be no good off the back iron. And the Tigers will have the ball here with a chance to do something. Stubblefield versus Hernandez tonight up top. And we're going to have Byram versus Devin Falk Ramirez as well. So those are probably two big matchups we'll see. Sauceda and Warren might get a little action down low, but Marcus Bennett might see a little more action down low with Smith. And Smith is a little bit of a bigger body. As the three goes up, no good. Great defense there by Marcus Bennett and Nathan Sauceda to grab the rebound.
Yeah, definitely a big contributor there in terms of rebounds. You know, Nathan Sauceda hardly misses rebounds, so you can really count on him to grab those missed shots.
Yeah, Marcus Bennett and Nathan Sauceda really kind of control the inside for the Troopers, as Devin Falk Ramirez is going to get tagged with a travel there, and the Troopers will hand the ball to the Tigers. Warren's going to take it across the court for the Tigers. Something you don't really see is a big taking across court, but the Troopers do a good job of forcing them to pass the ball on the other side. And that ball's going to go out of bounds, and the Tigers are going to keep possession, and the Troopers are going to sub out Nathan Sauceda, Israel Flores, and Mark Hernandez. So some new bodies coming in here for the Troopers.
And I think that's been a key part for the Troopers, you know, just versatility on the bench, you know. Guys that you can come in, that can come to the game with fresh legs and honestly have no difference in skill. I mean, everybody on this Troopers team really does have a key role on this team.
And that's going to be good there. Smith there is going to get the points for the Tigers, and the Tigers cut it to within one now. And like you said, the bench points has really come in handy for the Troopers. Salpuvia now going to have the ball. He's been a good player to have on the outsides and inside down low. Salpuvia is going to pass it out to Avila. Avila is going to make it from the farthest two-pointer you could ever see, and he's going to get on the board here for his first two.
And a lot of people don't really know the name Avila too much up until last year's game against the Franklin Cougars to clinch. I believe it was the 1 seed in District 1-6A. Edward Avila was the one who made those 2 free throws to kind of ice the game there.
Yeah, and that seeding game for that 1 spot, the Troopers and Cougars were tied for the 1, and going into the extra week of play, and Edward Avila comes in for an injured player and knocks down 2 straight free throws. Troopers go on to win that game, and that's kind of when Edward Avila's name came up into the conversation, as Buckham there is going to nail the 3, and we're all knotted up at 7 early.
Both of these teams kind of going shot for shot right now, just kind of going back and forth.
And Julian Falk Ramirez is in right now for the Troopers, the younger brother of Devin Falk Ramirez, a freshman just has come out, as Marcus Bennett's going to turn it over. The Tigers going to try to go coast to coast, kind of a bad pass there, but Stubblefield's going to be able to maintain it. Bennett playing physical defense down low is going to be tagged with a foul for the physicality.
Christian Alvarez subs in for the Troopers.
The Tigers with a great inbound pass to Warren, but Warren's just not able to land it. Man, that's probably one of the better inbound plays we'll see, as Devin Falk Ramirez puts up a pass really there on the drive-in, but the Troopers are going to keep the ball.
And kudos to Marcus Bennett on that one. The rebound, you know, just the length that he has down low, he was able to go up there and grab that one.
As once again, Bennett shoots and it's airballed. It's going to be saved by the Troopers there. Christian Alvarez is going to save it, but the Tigers going to go coast to coast, and Warren's just going to miss once more. So Warren, they're back-to-back misses that are affecting them, his team.
Yeah, you know, both teams are getting kind of lucky a little bit with a lot of missed shots here early on.
As Edward Avila puts in the 3 and nothing but net there. So as Justice says, we're not getting enough scoring. Edward Avila puts up a 3.
That's 5 points for him now up to this point.
Now with under a minute here in the first, the Troopers lead 10-7 as Marcus Bennett's gonna get the pick. Devin Falk Ramirez is gonna go coast to coast, in and out of the rim, and we're gonna have a rebound there by Smith for the Tigers, and we got a foul on Christian Alvarez for the Troopers down on the other end. So just a crazy sequence of events there. Marcus Bennett was able to get the turnover, passed it out to Devin Falk Ramirez, and Falk Ramirez just not able to get it rolled.
You know, a lot of fouls here early on, but I mean, that's what you get when you have two physical teams, as that's honestly been that's been everything that we've seen so far, you know, just nothing but physicality from both these teams.
Yeah, both teams playing phenomenal defense here early, as that's going to be a foul on the Troopers, and it's going to put Sanders at the line for the Tigers. And the foul went on Julian Falk Ramirez there down low, so his first of the night, and the Troopers' fourth foul.
Hey, was our last shot a three? I hit a three in the corner. They counted it as two. We should have 8.
And the first free throw is going to be no good.
Wait, 7? Oh, never mind. It's correct. My fault.
Coach was unsure if we should have.
Hey!
A little confusion here on the scores. That last three was hit, but the score was 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So it is 7-10 here with 26.3 left to go in the first. And both free throws are going to be no good, but the Tigers are going to get the rebound. A 3 from straight away is going to be no good. Buckham is not afraid to shoot the 3. And Devin Falk Ramirez is going to have the ball here with under 10, and the Troopers definitely going to try to work something here with 10 seconds to try to get some points late. Great defense there by Byram, and he's going to draw the foul. They get Devin Falk Ramirez on a push-off.
So that's going to leave with Alamogordo to get the last shot of the quarter.
And Devin Falk Ramirez picked up his second there, so you got to be cautious with Devin now, as the Tigers do a great job of getting it in. 1 second, Saucedo from half court, no good off of the left side of the iron. And that's the end of the first, with the Troopers leading the Tigers 7-10. And we welcome you back to Eastwood High School for this second quarter of this basketball game between the Alamogordo Tigers and the Eastwood Troopers. Here with the Troopers leading 7-10, as that shot's going to go all around but not in for Richards. But the Tigers get the board. Something the Troopers are lacking early is defensive rebounding.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the story of the night. You know, a lot of these points from Alamogordo and from the Troopers have honestly come from second chance opportunities. So, you know, you got to tighten up. Aside from that, though, the defense has been phenomenal from both teams.
And Julian Falk Ramirez playing phenomenal defense on Byram, and that's going to be a 5-second call on the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's just lockdown defense right there, as Devin Falk Ramirez is going to be subbed out by Israel Flores.
Yeah, Julian Falk Ramirez, man, that was textbook right there. So Israel Florida is going to take over really the point guard duties right now as Devin Falk Ramirez takes a little breather for the Troopers. As Julian passes out to Edward Avila. Avila gets trapped down low in the corner. Bennett to Sauceda. Sauceda to Julian Falk Ramirez. Bennett sets a screen for Flores. Flores gets it out to Sauceda. Sauceda with the three all around, but no good. And Byram's going to get the rebound for the Tigers.
Man, it just seems like the shots are not falling for either team right now.
And Julian Falk Ramirez once again with phenomenal defense, and that's going to be a foul right there on the Tigers as Israel Flores look to take off there. And that's going to be on Buckham, his first of the night. The first team foul of the second period on the Tigers.
Sort of a low-scoring game, 6 minutes here left in the second quarter, and the score only 7-10.
And both of the identities of these teams defensive heavy as Nathan Sauceda works down low, no good. And Marcus Bennett looked to get the rebound. We're going to have a blocking foul on the Tigers. That was a great effort there by Bennett. And that's going to go on Buckham for the Tigers. And just a great effort there by Marcus Bennett.
Yeah, like I said, his ability to get up there and get the boards, just a really big factor for the Troopers on the defensive side of things and offensive as well.
Israel Flores inbounds it to Marcus Bennett. Sauceda is going to lose it as soon as he gets it, and the Tigers going to have the ball. So the Tigers not settling down to the Troopers as Buckham throws it up, no good. Israel Flores was defending there. Israel Flores is going to get the rebound. He's going to go coast to coast, pass it out to Julian Falk Ramirez. He's going to drive, a lot of contact and in as Julian Falk Ramirez gets on the board tonight.
And what a move he made there to get around everyone and kind of just lay it in there.
Screen set there by Buckham, kind of gets the lane open there, and that's going to be up and good. Sanders is going to get the points there.
And it just seems, when the other team scores, the other one just seems to have an answer.
Yeah, both of these teams are really just stalemating each other defensively and then kind of opening it up. As Flores passes it out to Avila. Avila, nothing but net once again in the same spot.
His second three-pointer of the game, and he's got 8 points now here just in the second period.
And the drive and the kick out is no good. Richardson on the shot there, and Israel Florida is going to take it across the court for the Troopers. Bennett to Falk Ramirez, and back to Avila. Avila definitely got the hot hand right now for the Troopers. Bennett sets a screen for Flores. Flores up and good from the free throw line extended. So the Troopers getting into a little bit of an offensive groove here.
Yeah, the Troopers starting to get it rolling here offensively. And,
And there it is. Julian Falk Ramirez picks it up and takes it across the court and good. It rolls up and good. So Julian Falk Ramirez continues playing great defense with his 4th point of the night.
And, that's what I was going to say. The Troopers, when they get hot, they stay hot and they keep it rolling.
Yeah, and we're going to have a timeout here by Alamogordo. So with 4:20 left to go in the second period, it is the Troopers 19 and the Tigers 9. And after the Tiger timeout, we're here back with 4:20 in period 2. as the Troopers have a lead here, 10 points. And the Troopers just clobbering defensively. And oh my God, the Tigers were able to get someone open down there, and the shot's going to go around. Smith, no good. And once again, Sanders, no good. And the Troopers get the rebound, so the Troopers get away with one there. As there was 2 shots there for the Tigers that could have gone in.
I think the goal for the Troopers right now is just to keep the offensive scoring going, as Avila just misses. He was on the brink of a 3rd triple, but Falk Ramirez just short of the 3 there.
And Mark Hernandez subbed into the game there on the timeout, so now the Troopers kind of go in their push offense, as you could kind of see, and that's going to be a foul on the Tigers. Smith's going to get called for the elbow. And now Jaden Huerta in for the Troopers. So a first-year varsity player getting some minutes here against the Tigers, as Bennett's going to get trapped down low, and a great steal there by Buckham.
And, you know, down low, I keep noticing, you know, both teams being really physical, not only up top, but really down low a lot.
And Warren's going to get hit in the face by his own teammate, and it's going to go out. So the Troopers are going to get the ball back again on another turnover, and the turnovers are killing the Tigers right now.
Yeah, and the Alamogordo coach not very happy, as he is screaming his head off.
Yeah, Coach Jeremy Nee definitely not happy with how his team's playing right now. Troopers keep it up offensively with the ball movement, just trying to find something open. Bennett to Julian Falk Ramirez, Ramirez to Hernandez, Hernandez to Huerta, Huerta to Flores, so just ball movement right here. Flores going to try to set a screen, and a beautiful screen there by Mark Hernandez, and Israel Flores just can't finish.
And I love that approach by Coach Morales. You know, the more you pass the ball, the more you preach ball movement, you know, you're going to get that open shot eventually.
Yeah, the ball movement is definitely confusing the Tigers sometimes, especially when the Troopers are setting those screens. And that's going to be an arid pass. So the Troopers are going to get the ball back here with under 2.
And it's honestly just kind of an offensive breakdown for the Tigers right now. They have not been able to score a point since the first quarter.
So Huerta right now handling the point guard duties for the Troopers, getting the ball across the court. He's going to dump it off to Hernandez, and a screen down low by Marcus Bennett's going to open a backside cut for Israel Flores, and he is fouled hard. And Israel Flores is going to be at the line for 2, his first time at the line tonight. And that one's good for Flores' first shot.
One more free throw coming up for Flores.
And that one's going to go off the rim, so the Tigers are going to have possession here with 1:30 left. The Tigers just trying to kind of claw their way back into this game, as the Troopers have been able to really just kind of run away with it, as the Troopers get another defensive trap, and there Huerta is down low, and we're going to have a jump ball, but it is Trooper ball with 1:25.
You know, and at the start of this game, you know, I was really under the impression that the Troopers were, or that the Troopers and the Tigers were both going to just get into kind of a shootout, but it's kind of stalemated the offense here for the Tigers, and it's just turned to all Troopers.
Yeah, and the Troopers have just been able to kind of pick up on what the Tigers are doing bad. You know, when they can't get the ball to someone in the corner or get ball movement going, the Troopers have been able to just kind of box them in.
And, that's why Coach Morales is such a good coach. He can pinpoint exactly what that team is struggling on just by watching them for a couple minutes. That's exactly what he's done to the Tigers here.
And Marcus Bennett there and Josh Bayon going to set some screens, but nothing open. So the Troopers just doing kind of what they've been doing all night, trying to work for them shots. As Bayon's going to put one up, spinning, and it's good. Bayon with the fancy footwork.
And a nice move there by Bayon. You don't hear his name called too much, as he is mainly a defensive player, but a nice move there to get 2 points up on the board for the Troopers.
And a drive in there on Hernandez. Smith is going to get on the board for the first time tonight. So under 30 now, and the Troopers lead by 11. Israel Flores is trying to get everything aligned here for his team. Puerta kind of gets stuck in a corner there, but he's going to find Bayon at the middle. Flores just trying to set something up here. Under 10 now, so the Troopers are more than likely going to hold for this last shot. Flores gets it to Hernandez. It's poked around, almost a turnover, and we're going to have, and no fouls, no nothing, so that's just going to be it, with the Troopers heading into half up by 11 over the Alamogordo Tigers. And welcome back to the second half of this non-district contest between the Alamogordo Tigers and your home Eastwood Troopers. Justice, the Troopers really had it going there late in the first half as they were kind of just clicking on all cylinders, as the Tigers, they're going to strike early. That's Smith with the points and on the line now. But going back, the Troopers were kind of clicking on all cylinders there late.
Yeah, you know, it was really back and forth the entire first period, and then you get to the second quarter, and the Troopers just absolutely dominated that entire quarter.
Yeah, the Troopers did a good job of capitalizing on the Tigers' mistakes, as that's going to go in for Smith, so a three-point play. Tigers bringing out a little bit more of a press this half, as Devin Falk Ramirez and Israel Flores are going to be tasked with breaking that, and they get across pretty seamless. Falk Ramirez has been a little quiet tonight. His brother, Julian Falk Ramirez, has been playing incredible on the other side for the Troopers.
Alamogordo really trying to inch back into this one, as Marcus Bennett with a nice jumper there, and that puts it back up to a 10-point lead for the Troopers.
Yeah, and Bennett gets his third of the night there on that free throw jumper, as he makes a little play there, poking it out defensively. Bennett and Smith getting some action down low, and that's going to be a travel on Smith, so the Troopers are going to have the ball here.
Yeah, and Alamogordo really trying to eliminate the mistakes that they made there in the first half, but it seems to be continuing over here in the second half.
And the Tigers did struggle with turnovers late there in the second half. That kind of gave the Troopers the opening, as Israel Flores with a cross-court pass to Marcus Bennett. Beautifully executed there from Flores to Bennett, and Bennett gets his fifth. And Israel Flores is going to poke the ball away coast to coast. Israel Flores walks over and lays it in. Beautiful play there by Israel Flores to poke it away and take it.
And the Troopers have not missed a step here coming out of the break, as it is 28-14, and we're just 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, the Tigers really, since that first play, haven't found their footing offensively, as there we go, Smith gets it again and gets 2 points. So Smith, their only scorer here early on in the second half. Israel Flores now in the corner, kind of conducting the Troopers' offense. The Troopers doing a great job tonight of just moving the ball around and finding those lanes, as Flores passes it off to Hernandez. Hernandez back to Flores. Flores to Falk Ramirez to Bennett. Back to Flores. Troopers moving it around. Marcus Bennett gets another one of those free throw jumpers, and this one's not going to go off the back iron. So that's going to be the Troopers' first miss of this new half. As Devin Falk Ramirez gets a steal, one-on-one. Devin Falk Ramirez, easy lay-in, and it's no good. Devin Falk Ramirez got a little fancy there, and it doesn't go in, as the Alamogordo Tigers go across the court, and that's going to be 2 for Smith. So we're going to have a timeout here by the Alamogordo Tigers. Still trail the Troopers 18-28. And we're back from the timeout here with 4:54 in the third. Troopers have played good tonight, but the Alamogordo Tigers have not just folded for them as you would expect.
Yeah, and it seems like the Troopers so far this entire quarter have kind of maintained a double-digit 10-point lead.
Yeah, they're kind of doing a good job of kind of just sticking their arm out and not letting the Tigers get too close to them, as we're going to have a foul down low on one of the Alamogordo players there. It's going to be Sanders, so Sanders picking up his first.
4:38 to go, or 4:32 to go in the third quarter.
And Devin Falk Ramirez inbounding it there to Marcus Bennett. Troopers moving it around. Great screen there by Marcus Bennett off the front iron. So Devin Falk Ramirez stays silent tonight, as we got, I believe it was a jump ball. Oh, it's going to be a timeout.
A full timeout for Alamogordo.
And Alamogordo is going to call the timeout there. So a little scramble down there. So the score stays the same as we go into another timeout break here with 4:26 left in the third. And we're back after the full timeout break here with 4:26 left. Score stayed the same from the two timeouts, but Alamogordo's Coach Nee did a great job of calling that timeout with his team had possession there down low. So Alamogordo kind of trying to do really what the Troopers are doing well, is passing the ball around, as that's going to go all around but not get in. And Julian Falk Ramirez will have the ball. Passes it out to Edward Avila on the corner. Sauceda down low. Troopers moving the ball well. Both Falk Ramirez's are in right now, as Devin Falk Ramirez gets poked away and a turnover on his part. As Nathan Sauceda with a great defensive play there. Warren's going to be charged with the turnover, but that was more of a just better play by Nathan Sauceda.
Yeah, like I said earlier in the game, Nathan Sauceda, a really key factor to the Troopers team. A senior, and he has a really, really big presence.
Yeah, he does a great job of kind of enforcing down low, and there's a foul on 25 or 52 Nathan Sauceda there for the Troopers. A little bit of getting too handsy down there.
And Abraham Garcia checks into the game, as if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Sauceda's third. You don't want to get him into foul trouble, especially here coming down the stretch. I know it's a 10-point lead, but in basketball you can just never be too sure.
Yeah, and something to mention, Alamogordo bench is not that deep compared to the Eastwood bench. Alamogordo's got about 2 or 3 right now on the bench, and the Troopers have about 7 or 8 that they could kind of just rotate into tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Troopers are just going to be able to outlast the Tigers.
Yeah, and it's kind of just been the same kind of 2 or 3 dudes rotating the whole time. Right here, we're going to see a new face checking into the game. It's Nathaniel Best for the Tigers, so that's going to be his first time checking into today's game. But like I said, it's kind of just the same 2 or 3 dudes checking in.
And there's a cross-court pass from Bickham, and Smith's going to miss. So Smith, with the hot hand earlier in the second, just kind of missed that one, and that could have been a huge shot there for the Tigers.
Yeah, that would have been the closest deficit it's been here in the second half. It would have brought it down to 7. But,
Falk Ramirez took a step back shot, but passes it out to his brother, Julian Falk Ramirez, for the 3 in the corner. Beautiful shot. As a little pause there as Julian Falk Ramirez just swished that so good, the net actually filtered kind of inside itself there.
Yeah, and you know, that's why you just can never have missed opportunities against this Troopers team, because your missed opportunities will turn into scoring opportunities for the Troopers.
As Devin Falk Ramirez pokes it away, but it's going to stay Tiger ball. So going back to, you know, each of these guys have kind of had their game, and tonight it seems like Julian Falk Ramirez's game. Bynum will pass the ball out to Smith. Smith on Devin Falk Ramirez. It's going to roll around, but no good. A fight down low, and it's still loose here. Still going around. Marcus Bennett's going to somehow end up with the ball down there, and the Troopers are going to go fast here. Devin Falk Ramirez has the ball and is going to slow it down as he gets to the free throw line, and it's going to tip off his toe, and Devin's struggles continue tonight.
Yeah, and you know, just not his best showing. You know, it still doesn't take away the fact that he's an amazing basketball player. But,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Just not his best showing here tonight.
You know, you have those tough nights sometimes, and it's okay right now. It's in a non-district contest and kind of like an exhibition game, really, as Byram really kind of just threw it up there, and it's no good, and the Trooper is going to get the ball, going to try to go and get some points on the other end. But going back to Devin Falk Ramirez, man, just a great player and a slow night for him. Bennett with a 3, and it's good. Rolls around and good, and that's going to be a timeout by Coach Peter Morales. So Bennett gets his 8th point of the game, and we're going to take a timeout here with 1:24 left to go in the third. The Troopers lead the Tigers 18-34. And we welcome you back to Eastwood High School here with 1:24 left to go in the third as we just get back from that Marcus Bennett 3. So the Troopers not taking their foot off the gas pedal as they should, just kind of playing that harping defense as, man, the Troopers are going to get down there quick, and the Tigers going to struggle getting the ball to their playmakers right now. Smith kind of only guy to really put up points for them.
Yeah, and the Troopers, honestly, this entire second half just suffocating them defensively.
Yeah, his best takes that shot, and it's probably not his best shot there. And the Troopers are going to get the ball on a foul. That foul is going to go against Sanders, so Sanders picks up his second. So under 1 here left in the third. Troopers doing what they've done all night, really a carbon copy, and that's not what you want to see as Best gets the turnover. Julian Falk Ramirez trying to play defense and make up for his mistake. Best is going to take up a poor shot, and Marcus Bennett's going to get the board. Julian Falk Ramirez is going to go across the court out to Avila. Bennett, no good, and rebounded by Bickham for the Tigers.
Thought maybe we were going to see another big man 3 there.
Yeah, Bennett played phenomenal from inside and outside tonight with 8. And there Bennett is playing defense on Smith. And Julian Falk Ramirez, a great defensive play. But it's going to be a foul on him, and he's going to get called for a push-off. Wow.
And, you know, like we just saw here, frustrations boiling amongst the Alamogordo team. You know, just kind of getting frustrated with each other.
Yeah, and these guys, they got to go on a 3-hour bus drive back, so anything they could do to kind of clean it up and make it a little better of a bus drive will help. As we go under 10 here in the third, Smith's going to get it. A screen set. Smith puts it up. No good. Ball's going to roll around. Troopers will get it, but no time left. So at the end of 3, the Tigers 18 and the Troopers 34. We'll be right back with you. And we welcome you back for the 4th and final period here at Eastwood High School as the Troopers just kind of extending their lead on the Alamogordo Tigers. And Justice, we said we wouldn't talk about this till it was kind of clear and the game was a little separated. Tonight is a special night for Coach Morales. He is on the verge of his 300th win.
Yeah, a win here puts him at the big 300. Definitely a big accomplishment for Coach Morales as a coach.
As Bennett's going to miss it on the Troopers' end, and there's going to be a foul on Julian Falk Ramirez down low, so the Tigers will be at the line for 2. That is going to be Sanders. And Coach Morales, the second most winning coach, or active winning coach in El Paso right now, so definitely a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, you know, and just what a resume he has. Starting his coaching career,
and that first free throw is going to go in, so the Tigers put their point tally at 19 for the night. And the second free throw is good, so they cut the Troopers' lead down to 14. We had a little technical difficulties with Justice's mic there as he was trying to tell us a little backstory of Coach Morales. As Nathan Salceda, great moves down low, no foul called.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you know, it's impressive, you know, here 300 wins down the road as his coaching career started as a GA at Sul Ross State University.
Yeah, and Coach Morales is kind of one of those coaches that's just been around for a while. You know, he took that 3 or 4 year hiatus to kind of take an administrative role over at El Paso ISD. And, you know, when the Eastwood job came open and legendary head coach Gary Pippin retired, you know, he was one of those candidates that kind of came out of retirement really of coaching basketball, but everyone kind of knew what his pedigree held.
Yeah, and he definitely took the job and ran with it as Edward Avila with his 3rd 3 of the game. And that's going to extend this lead, 39-22. That was Avila's 11th point of the game.
Yeah, Edward Avila has had a nice shooting percentage tonight as Alamogordo is going to try to copy that, but it's going to be no good once more, and the Troopers are going to get the board. So Warren just not at it tonight. And the Troopers going to go coast to coast here. Some new faces we see here for the Tigers. Iswante is going to get one in the corner and no good. And a travel is going to be called on Padilla for the Tigers.
You know, and something that, you know, you obviously really don't want to see from a team is I feel that the Tigers are just kind of forcing shots to mount a comeback. But, you know, it's just not working for them right now.
Yeah, under 6 minutes as Bayan takes a jumper, no good, off the front iron there. So the Tigers are going to get the ball here, and as we were saying, you know, the Tigers just haven't found the net tonight. You know, they've taken a handful of shots that maybe they get in a little home field advantage roll, but once again, just kind of rolls out. So the Troopers are going to keep to their standard tonight and just kind of move the ball around with now under 5:30 here left. As Nathan Salceda is going to step back, take a step up, and get a long two. So Salceda is going to get his first points of the night. Someone has kind of gone quiet on that offensive side, but defensively has been a big presence.
Yeah, and just a phenomenal move there by Salceda, the pump fake, and then obviously the jumper to get him on the board.
And Padilla there for the Troopers getting swarmed by Alvarez. As it goes down low, Nathan Salceda with the defense, but Warren just gets it in. So 24-41, 4:40 left to go here. Troopers just trying to extend their lead here now, kind of padding the stats. As Salceda is going to take a jumper, no good. Tigers are going to go quick across the court, and we're going to have a foul on the Troopers. It's going to go on Christian Alvarez. So Richards will inbound it for the Tigers, and Christian Alvarez makes a phenomenal poke out there. Stubblefield didn't even know really what hit him there. And we're going to have a foul. And Jason Warren's going to pick up a foul, his second of the night, for a grab down low. So a lot of contact still down low between both teams.
Yeah, you know, they just played absolutely physical here tonight. And that's just been kind of the story here. Which team is getting out physical? And honestly, I think on the offensive part of things, I think the Troopers are just playing flat out more physical and more aggressive. As you see there, a hard landing.
As Devin Falk Ramirez got up there, and the blocking foul there on Warren, but more things. Both players are okay. Both players did fall down hard.
That kind of just left the whole arena just kind of quiet.
Yeah, Devin Falk Ramirez was up there for a second there. He almost got a dunk. As he misses the first free throw. Falk Ramirez will get his second shot after we have a sub. Smith is going to come back in for the Tigers, kind of really the only guy that has scored here in the second half for them.
Yeah, Demarion Smith been a big factor for the Tigers tonight. He's put up a lot of their 24 points.
As Devin Falk Ramirez gets the second free throw to land, I do believe that is his first point of the night. I might be wrong. As the Tigers go quick and no good. Stubblefield got the rebound and passed it down low to Warren, and Warren got the basket and the foul.
Here in the second half, Jason Warren has really played a big role in the scoring for the Tigers and in the defensive for the Tigers.
Yeah, you know, he's missed a handful of shots tonight, but, you know, at some point you just got to keep shooting and shooting and shooting, and it'll land.
And he's kind of found his sweet spot, you could say, under the basket.
And finding that was really important. It might have been too little too late, though, as we're going to get under 4 minutes now, and the Troopers with phenomenal ball movement to get Bayan open down low. Marcus Bennett is going to finish it, and Bayan's going to get the assist. So just great movement once again there for the Troopers, and Tigers just trying to do whatever they can, get across the court fast. And Warren's going to beat Bayan on the inside, so Warren's going to add to his point total. Like I said, Justice, a little bit of padding the stats here late.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter. You kind of just are trying to get your stats up at this point.
And Devin Falk-Ramirez with the cross-court pass to Bayan. Bayan is going to give it to Israel Flores. Israel Flores is going to kick it out to Alvarez. No good. Scramble for the ball. And the Tigers going to throw it all the way across the other end of the court. And Buckham's going to make it, and we're going to have a timeout by the Tigers. So with 2:40 left to go here in the fourth, the Troopers still lead the Tigers 31-44. So as we wind down here with 2:40 left to go in this contest, the Tigers 31 and the Troopers 44 on what could be Coach Morales' 300th win, as we're going to have a 5-second call on the Troopers. So the Troopers just trying to get out of the game clean, but going to get called for one there. Tigers just trying to get something going here late, down 13, never say never. As that one's going to be no good, but a foul. Buckham's going to be at the line here for the Tigers with 2:17 left. And the first free throw is going to go in. So 12 now the margin. And that one's going to miss off the front iron. And the Troopers just trying to get out as the Tigers get out a full court press, and they do. Bennett to Hernandez is going to be what gets them out. And the Troopers now kind of hitting into cruise control here with under 2.
Yeah, you know, you don't really want to take a quick shot here. You know, you're just trying to run the clock down.
Yeah, as Israel Flores kind of get boxed in there, but able to get it out. And the Troopers doing a great job of not getting trapped right now.
Yeah, and ball movement really key here in the last 2 minutes.
And Devin Falk-Ramirez is going to drive in, get fouled. So the basket and one coming up.
And a nice move there by Falk Ramirez.
You know, he struggled tonight, but, you know, just anything to get that confidence back. And that's Warren's 4th. So if he gets another one in this last 128, he will take a seat. As Falk Ramirez can't convert on the and one, and we have
The wrong person was called. I think it should have been Deontay that got called for the foul, but not Jason.
I believe they're trying to figure out who got called on the foul, but they're going to confirm that it was on Jason Warren. So that's going to keep him at 4, but Devin Falk Ramirez did miss that free throw there.
And the Troopers trying to help Coach Morales inch closer to that 300 win margin.
Yeah, and you wonder if you're Coach Morales right now, you're kind of looking at that clock, and, you know, 300's a lot of games if you really think about it. As Warren gets physical and gets one over Bennett.
Warren has really turned into a superstar here in the 4th period, as he has put up, honestly, a good chunk of their points.
And the foul was not given to Marcus Bennett. It was actually given to Michael Sepulveda down low there. And the Tigers are in bonus now, so any foul the Troopers commit here late will put them on the line. And that one's not going to go. So the Troopers are still going to hold the 12-point lead here with just about a minute to go. And the Troopers just kind of trying to wind it down. Tigers trying to get a little up close and personal, get that ball out. And Israel Flores is going to get fouled there. Bayam is going to get charged there, and that's his 1st of the night. Marcus Bennett to inbound. Devin Falk Ramirez gets it. So Devin Falk Ramirez dribbling it out, gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez kind of letting everything get set, and they're going to foul Mark Hernandez to put him at the line, and that's going to be Warren's 5th. So Warren's going to have to take a seat for the last 34-8. So Jason Warren's gonna take a seat.
Yeah, and Alamogordo just trying to get their players in now. At this point, less than a minute left.
Yeah, and this might be a good opportunity for Mark Hernandez to get at the line, you know, in a game, you know, can never practice an in-game situation here for Mark Hernandez. Has missed some time early on. He's gonna get some reps here.
Yeah,
as he makes the first one.
Yeah, very important for Hernandez to, you know, kind of ease his way back into the groove of things, as he has missed a significant part or a significant amount of time this season.
As Hernandez goes 1 for 2 at the line, and we're about to get under 30. There we go, and the Tigers just shooting it now, as it's going to go out of bounds, and the Troopers are going to have the ball with 27-1. And Adrian Ordaz is going to check in for the Troopers, and he's going to take out Mark Hernandez.
And, you know, I can't imagine that the Tigers really force another foul, as this one's just kind of out of reach. So it might just ice the game over for the Troopers.
And Adrian Ordaz is going to get the inbound, and he's going to be pushed down there. No foul called, and the Troopers need to get it across the court. Adrian Ordaz needs to find someone, and there's a 10-second call. So something you didn't want to see if you're Coach Morales on the 300th.
Yeah, you know, you just want this game to go as pretty as possible, and a bit of a miscommunication there by Adrian Ordaz.
Yeah, so 14-9 left, and if the last possession of his 300th win is a turnover, I'm pretty sure that's going to haunt him more tonight than the 300. As the Tigers swing the ball around, a shot no good. So Sepulveda is going to get the rebound, and that's going to be all for tonight, as the Troopers are going to take it 34-47.
that's going to do it for us. We thank you for tuning in to the stream tonight. From all of us here at Eastwood Performance Analytics, we thank you for watching, and good night.